clever. How did you come up with this?
I just see things and put them together. So how long will it take you to... That's to lead the cattle in. And they're happy to follow a curve because they think they're going back to where they came from.
If you say so.
Well, I do. So how long will it take you to do it?
I have 2, 3 more before this.
But I need it by tomorrow.
Everybody needs it tomorrow. I won't work any quicker with you watching.
Well, I want to watch.
Okay.
Hey, Temple. This here's Red Harris from Cattle Magazine.
Very nice to meet you, Mr. Harris.
Yeah, well, Red, he can't make the grand opening tomorrow, so I thought we'd give him a sneak preview.
So, Temple, will you put some cattle through your dip while I'm here?
Okay. Hey, open the gate! So if the handlers walk slowly clockwise outside the chute, then the cattle walk counterclockwise through the chute. See? They'll just follow that curve. The cattle just keep calmly walking, thinking they're going in circles, following their buddies. And they're happy to follow a curve because they think they're going back to where they came from. They're okay because it's grooved and they know they won't slip. So when they take the next step, their center of gravity makes them drop calmly into the dip, and they just walk through the water.
I don't usually tell people what I'm going to write, but Miss Grandin, this is a masterpiece.
Well, it's really great to be here today, and one of the things, we'll start out in the beginning, talk some about cattle handling, and then I'm going to talk about communicating with the public. And one of the things that the movie really showed nicely is the importance of having a non-slip surface for that animal to walk on. You know, I developed a non-slip ramp going into that dip vat, and then some people put a metal plate in there and managed to drown some cattle. That actually happened. I had to take that off. On my center track restrainer system today, they come in, this is the piece of equipment I designed for the big meat packing plants, ride on the conveyor and they have to walk down a non-slip ramp. I'm constantly fighting with people that want to take cleats off the ramp and just slide them in. You know, people are getting more and more interested today in low-stress handling. I think that's absolutely wonderful. But there's still some people that have a hard time understanding the idea of let's use behavior to get the animal to do something, not force. But just the other day, I was over at a plant and somebody had cut the entrance ramp off of one of my center track restrainer systems and jumped the cattle in. That's just not the thing to do. Now, a real basic principle is a calm animal is a whole lot easier to handle, much easier to handle. And then the other thing is, it's very important that an animal's first experience with a new piece of equipment, like a squeeze chute or a new corral system, is a good first experience. If their first experience with something new is a bad first experience, they don't forget it. Let's feed them in the new corrals. Let's walk the heifers through the squeeze chute and just get them used to going through it. I'm getting to be a big advocate of working with cattle to train cattle to do things rather than forcing them to do things. Another thing is, absolutely no yelling and screaming. The research is very clear on this. When you scream at cattle, this is some Canadian research, it makes the heart rate go up more than the sound of equipment banging and clanging. They know the difference. And then just recently at the animal science meetings, there were some other experiments that done that show that the yelling and screaming makes their cortisol go up more. That's their stress hormone. So let's just calm it down. And if they get all scared and excited, it takes 20 minutes for them to calm back down. So let's say they got excited coming into the corrals. Well, let's take a break, give them a chance to calm down. Now, some of the very first work that I ever did livestock handling was to look at all the little distractions that make them balk. I went around every feed yard in Arizona, and I found, well, this particular feed yard, there was chain hanging down. Cattle didn't want to walk through the chain. Or there's a backstop gate that's down, and they're balking at the backstop gate. People tend to put way too many backstop gates in. I find I'm going around tying backstop gates open. They can see people up ahead. Maybe there's a shadow. Maybe the facility's headed directly into the sun. You know, nobody thought to even look at what cattle were seeing before. But you know what? I still have to talk about chains hanging down in chutes because people are not removing them. Animals notice sensory details that we tend to not notice. You need to be watching them. Where do they stop? Are they seeing a vehicle? Are they seeing a person? Get the person to move out of the way. Pay attention to what they're seeing.